This film study is going to be a dual-purpose video where I take a look at Zay Flowers' 37-yard touchdown run to clinch or at least cap the Ravens' Sunday Night Football win over the Chargers in Los Angeles. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video about Flowers and Keaton Mitchell and how they've changed the dynamic of the Ravens' offense, the ability to pop big plays from concepts that previously had generated offense, maybe had generated consistent offense first downs, but perhaps not long touchdowns or 50-yard catches like the one you see here. Should Zay Flowers have scored on the run against the Chargers? Should he have taken a knee? I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. He's having a great season for us. B, he's making plays consistently, like the one, even though this one doesn't count. He's making big plays often, maybe not every week. He's got 58 catches this year, 600 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns receiving, added the rushing touchdown Sunday. On one level, I don't care whether he scores or not. What I really care about is the larger point, which is the amount of talent that we have on this offense now is such that Zay Flowers, Keaton Mitchell, Rashad Bateman, OBJ don't have to make plays every week. I'll use Zay as an example. Week 9 against Seattle, he has 1 catch. And there's people who judge rookies, players, every week as if it's success fail. Well, Keaton Mitchell ran for 140, and we had a blowout win at home. Who cares if he only had 1 catch? Week 4 in Cleveland, Zay had 3 catches on 4 targets. We won 28-3 going away. One of his catches was this 43-yarder on a play where Lamar extends it. Does he need to make multiple consistent plays every week? Does he need to have 6 catches every week? Does he need to figure out a way to score 12, 14 touchdowns in a season? No. We have the type of team that is a true spread offense, in my opinion, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to use a specific manner that I think Zay Flowers has changed the offense, or at least the outcome potential, all right? And I'm going to use our closeout drive week 2 against the Bengals to do so. We normally close out games with either fast sweep, QB power read, like you see here, where Lamar is either told to give it or he reads it. In most cases, I think he's reading. I disagree with people who say he does not. It's a QB power read play, potential for Lamar, or the fast sweep. In this case, Duve keeps it. I remember doing the reaction video saying I thought Duve was kind of tippy-toeing, but of course he's trying to stay in bounds. Another way that we try to close out games is pistol option stuff or unbalanced line. This next play against the Bengals happens to be a 3rd down where the Bengals use a QB spy or try to use a QB spy in Logan Wilson. Additionally, they double-team Mark Andrews, playing man on everybody else. Nobody else can beat us. And in this case, Lamar is able to scramble, get the first down. But we still have to execute. We're up 27-24 at this point. We still have to execute, retain possession of the football. The way that Todd Monken does that in those situations is fast sweep, QB power read, or unbalanced line, pistol option stuff. And you're going to see Lamar keep it here out to the edge. The Bengals do a nice job stringing it out. Lamar makes multiple people miss. What's this got to do with Zay Flowers? Zay Flowers and Keaton Mitchell are the kinds of guys that make it to where we don't have to execute 3, 4, 5 plays to either retain possession of the football. Same concept here, by the way, on a 2nd and long. Fast sweep to Duve where Lamar's reading it. In this case, he gives it. And then we close out the game with unbalanced power behind Ricard, giving the ball to Gus. Cool. Zay Flowers, Keaton Mitchell are giving us options, more options. Should he have scored? Well, if he goes down and the Chargers only have 1 timeout, we can take a knee and finish the game. Great. It's nice to have the choice. And what I mean is, it's nice to have the ability to choose whether to score or not, and not to have to execute or depend on Lamar, 3rd and 3, scramble for a first down. Or 3rd and 1, let's go unbalanced power and get it behind Ricard. We succeeded in those instances. There's been some instances where we have not. Sunday Night Football against the Chargers, we were going to succeed probably anyway. It is really nice to have the choice, if you ask me, and the big playability of those guys. This is the 1st and 10, sweep to Duve, same concept. Behind Gus, out to the edge. Simpson is pulling and wrapping, so it's QB power read. Lamar keeps it for 5. We're up 13-10. Defense has just got to stop. Near midfield on the 4th and 6 call, the glitch blitz, I called it. I did a video about it earlier today. Feel free to check it out. I'll link it up here now. Very next play, 2nd down, QB power read, same concept, except now the sweep threat is in the backfield. It's not a motion man, Duve, or Zay Flowers. Because of Keaton Mitchell's speed, he's able to threaten the edge. Also, he's very well coached. If Lamar doesn't give it, he will veer down and try to block this edge defender, Khalil Mack. Unfortunately, he's unable to get a big enough piece of him. Lamar keeps it correctly, as you can see. Mack folds inside. D-tackle also wins. Holds us to a 2-yard gain. So it's 3rd and 3. And this is the play. Should he score? Should he not score? I don't know. First of all, it's a great cutback by Zay. Let's talk about that. It's not a bad job in all this space by Derwin James of hedging to the outside, getting Gus to commit to the outside, and then fold him back inside. Zay Flowers just got that big play potential. He's got the ability to make people miss, cuts it back. Awesome moment. I kind of don't care whether he should score or not. My perspective is score. But again, my background is coaching kids, so we didn't want to make the game complicated for them. We didn't want to give them indecision prior to the play. Additionally, one thing to mention from a Chargers perspective is, how did they not know that this was coming? How did they not? It's 2 minutes left. Actually, less than that. Like minute 30. How did they not know that with Gus on one side and the motion by Duve or Zay going to the side where Gus is lined up, that this is the play that's coming? They are woefully unprepared in terms of numbers, if you ask me. Lamar appears to have wanted to read it. This is actually not QB power read. You'll see the end zone angle in a moment. It's QB counter read, or what some people would call bash. The Chargers are prepared to stop the bash part, the QB keep element of it. They're not prepared to stop the sweep, clearly, to Zay Flowers. It's nice to have the choice, if you ask me, whether to end it or not. It's nice to have players, talent, such that you're now second guessing or third guessing or whatever, whether he should score or not. So the element of it is, down blocks on the front side, trying to create a wall, not necessarily saying that we do here, and then counter scheme with the guard and the tackle. Lamar could potentially keep it off the left side of our screen, right side of the offense. In this case, he correctly reads it, although there's a little bit of a hesitation between him and Zay for whatever reason. He correctly reads it. How do we know he correctly reads it? Well, the read man doesn't tackle Zay Flowers. I mean, if he doesn't tackle him, then it's a good read. Or if he doesn't influence the play in a negative manner for us. Zay Flowers, the decision to draft him, and now how we're utilizing him. I showed you the big catch against the Bengals, the big catch, the screen for the touchdown against the Bengals in the return bout, the 43-yard catch against the Browns on the road. I thought he was unguardable in the home game against the Browns, and if we'd gotten him the ball more, we probably are able to generate more big plays, more offense. This is a guy who, along with Keaton Mitchell, it's going to sound crazy, he's brought the Lamar element. When Lamar started playing in 2018, of course our offense was an unusual offense at that time for NFL offenses, running the football so much. It wasn't sustainable, all those things. Okay, fine. We lost a playoff game. 2019, we set records, home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Unfortunately, both of our coordinators did a very poor job preparing for the game, and we blew it. These two guys bring the same element that Lamar brought, which is crazy to say, because I personally think Lamar is a Hall of Fame talent. He's definitely a Ring of Honor talent for the Ravens as a floor, as the bottom-level expectation. Non-Ravens fans listening, non-Lamar fans listening, will disagree with it. I think Lamar's a Hall of Fame talent, especially if we get a Super Bowl or two out of him. Zay Flowers and Keaton Mitchell maybe aren't Hall of Fame talents, but their impact on the field, in my opinion, is similar because they can turn a innocuous fast sweep play or QB counter read, QB power read play into a touchdown. Or they can, in the case of Keaton Mitchell, can turn an innocuous outside zone concept to the boundary into a 40-yard touchdown. They can bounce plays or reverse field and do things that are unaccounted for. We've been able to generate consistent offense with some of the players we had in these places before. that are still around and are still good, productive players for us. But these two guys, particularly Zay Flowers in 2023, have been able to generate these types of plays that you would see on Madden or NCAA college football. And you say, that guy, that wouldn't really happen in real life. For these two, Zay Flowers and Keaton Mitchell, it does. They're cut from the same cloth as Lamar in terms of that big playability. Zay's catch percentage, 58 out of 80, I don't think it matters. I really don't. Do I want to see him get 8, 10, 12 targets a game? No, I don't. I don't think he needs that. Do I want to see him get opportunities like the one that you saw here and some that you saw at the beginning of the video? Absolutely, because the more opportunities that Zay Flowers gets, the more chances there are that we're going to pop plays like these, and our defense, and we don't have to re-execute another series of downs to score a touchdown or re-execute another series of downs to close out a game like we did against the Bengals. Whether he should have scored or not, your opinion is yours, mine is mine. It doesn't matter what either one of us thinks. What really matters to me more in the grand scheme of things is that we now have guys that put us in position to make that decision during the play or beforehand in terms of the coaches communicating it. And I think that matters more than whether Zay Flowers chose to score the touchdown on Sunday Night Football or not. We know that he did. It did work out for us. It could not have. Could the Chargers have scored 2 touchdowns in the last minute and a half? I guess it's theoretically possible. I'm glad that we have that choice now. Appreciate you guys' time. Let me know what you think of the video in the comment section.